What's going on, everybody? Mike from Turbo Media here, and today we take a bite into business at probably one of the best Cuban paninis you could get in the tri-state area, and that is Cubita. Let's take a look on the inside and see what the Chef Gus has going on.
What's up, brother?
How you been?
All right,
let's get to it.
Ready to do it?
What are we doing today?
Make some coffee today, brother.
Awesome.
I'm gonna set you up and you're gonna pull the shot.
All right, cool.
This machine is actually Italian, and the coffee is actually not Cuban.
No.
A lot of people will tell you they have Cuban coffee, but we have an embargo. You guys are not selling real Cuban coffee. So we got the closest thing to Cuban coffee, and I've been to the mountains in Cuba, I've had coffee. This is the closest thing. You're not gonna find anything closer. And in my humble opinion, I actually think it's better. You're gonna pull down, you're gonna count to 4, go all the way down. Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll go up on its own. My man just made his first espresso.
There you go, look at that. It's good. I mean, it's way better than, doing it at home, pressing a button, It just feels a lot better, obviously.
That is the perfect double shot espresso.
Let's give that a taste. 4 degrees now, there we go. Oh yeah, that kicks you real good.
That warms the soul, man.
All right, now that I'm all caffeined up, what we got going on next?
So this bad boy has been cooked low and slow. Now we're just gonna peel the skin right off of it. Since we cook it so slow, the fat is like lotion. It literally just melts right with the heat of your hand. That's what dreams are made of right there.
Getting hungry just looking at it.
So now the idea here is we slice thin.
Yeah.
We go thin and go all the way down. And we leave the fat on it. I mean, obviously,
the flavor.
Yeah, we don't leave like a huge thing of fat, but all this fat that comes off with it, we leave in there because that's also gonna give the sandwich a lot of moisture.
Gotcha.
We layer this on, yeah. Just go
Nice
right
and
on
thin.
down. Yeah, so the meat we cut really thin, but we pile that bad boy on.
Okay, so you're doing a few layers on it.
Oh yeah, we pile it on.
Getting it going good.
We're using now premium Virginia ham.
Okay.
So you get like the smoke, you get the sweetness, and I think it's a good balance for the roasted pork. So this is a Swiss Reserve.
Okay.
So it's a lot creamier than most Swiss cheeses.
A little more aged being a reserve, right? Is that what it is?
And then literally we shingle it. So
overlapping.
every spot has at least 2 layers of cheese.
Now, did you have to like test this a bunch of times before you opened the doors, or were you like, as soon as you got it right?
I've been making Cuban sandwiches for years, man.
Yeah.
There's 2 different ways to make a Cuban sandwich. The way it originated in Tampa, they do like salami, they do all this crazy stuff. And it's like, if you go to Cuba and have a Cuban sandwich, they don't do any of that shit. They put sliced pork, they put ham, they put cheese, mojo, pickles, see you later, right? So we said, how can we do that? Which sounds simple, but how can we do it with a technique that is so elevated that it's gonna make your eyes roll into the back of your head? Nobody's ever took something like the Cuban sandwich like this, like Cuban food, and just try to refine it. Just try to change the technique on how we do it.
But that's what makes a difference. Like, I'll tell you, I mean, I've eaten it before, and it's like, once it hits your mouth, you're like, oh my God, just the amount of flavors that hit you, it's just unbelievable.
And a lot of times, people aren't willing to do the work.
There we go. It's not even done yet.
Not even done.
Just getting there.
This is just the first step. Grew up in Hudson County. It's like the mecca of Cuban sandwiches and Cuban food, right? What happens is, this is always cold on the inside. So in order for it not to be cold, but look, you already see. Look at all that fat that's coming out of there, right? So now when we add the salt to this, once it finishes warming through, that salt's all gonna melt with all that fat that's in there. All right, my man.
Let's do it.
It's all you. I'm just supervising. So we don't even put it like all the way in. We just put it right there, like right in the front. Yep. Leave it right there. Let it warm up for a couple seconds. This is now the magic. The Mojo Jojo. And now this is another thing. If you get the mojo,
Look at that.
if you get the mojo on the top of the bread, it'll burn. So we have to be very, very careful with it. We find that the pickles should be sliced long ways just because it's better for the bite. And it just goes more with the style of the sandwich. Look at that.
Perfect.
So like sometimes a lot of people tell you, oh, take this cheese off. I like that cheese.
Flavor. It's every Cuban you've ever had on there.
Right, so that cheese has all the flavor inside of it and it gets
Yeah.
crispy on the bottom, which is awesome. And then we cut our sandwiches long ways. This is like the Cuban way to cut the Cuban sandwiches. We do it like that. And then we'll stack those bad boys.
Look at that.
Sheesh.
There it is. That's the money shot.
That's how you know it's good.
when it's got that crack.
If you flick it and it don't sound like that,
Then it's not good.
somebody fucked up somewhere.
Ready? That shit off the chain. Best Cuban in tri-state. Oh my god.
Appreciate
Wow.
that, man.
Delicious.
Appreciate it, brother.
Awesome. I really appreciate it, Gus.
Absolutely,
All
bro.
right. Guys, if you haven't tried Cubita in Nutley, this is your chance. Do one more bite.